Greetings, my friends, and welcome to the one and only Wilderness Cooking. We're kicking off this episode on a wild note, if I may say so. Today, I'm planning to cook some delicious trout. But first, let's catch some. This little pond of mine is a natural habitat for trout, both the small ones and the large ones. I'm after both today. Here goes the first catch. What I enjoy most about trout is its unique flavor profile, a very delicate, mild and slightly sweet taste. Wild-caught trout, like what we have here, has an added layer of earthy richness, making it distinctly different from farm-raised varieties. Already craving the trout? Then subscribe to our channel to discover more delicious recipes and add some color to your culinary routine. Hit the like button and tap the bell icon to stay in the loop. When you elevate your cooking, your kitchen tools need to match that level. Curious about where to start? Well, check out my online shop. Begin with the essentials like top-quality knives, and then explore artisan bowls, spatulas, cups, cutting boards, and so much more. Just scan the QR code and you're on your way to crafting your ideal kitchen. I'm brushing the trout with cherry plum sauce, known as alika here in Azerbaijan. This sauce is often paired with fish because its acidity wakes up the flavors, making each bite more vibrant and dynamic. For the larger trout, I'm going to stuff it with walnuts. This addition is going to elevate our dish beyond the ordinary. Trust me on this one. Look who's back for another treat. Want to see something impressive? Look at him standing up on his back legs. Are you challenging me, buddy? Nuts, like walnuts, have rich, earthy and slightly sweet undertones that pair wonderfully with the mildness of fish. They highlight the trout's subtle flavor without overpowering it. Let's chop the walnuts finely because if they're left too large, they'll contrast sharply with the fish's texture. I won't be stuffing the trout with raw walnuts. Instead, I'll lightly roast them with onions. This step deepens the flavour profile, giving the dish a more complex and pronounced taste. The onions enhance the sweetness of the walnuts, creating a blend that will elevate the trout to the next level. If you're not following us on Instagram, you're missing out on a lot of fun and tasty content. Follow us to stay happy and well fed. The next touch I haven't mentioned yet is pomegranate seeds. These will add a burst of freshness and a pop of colour. The seeds' slight tartness will complement the cherry plum sauce, enhancing the overall flavour and making each bite even more exciting and vibrant. Now let's blend it all together. Walnuts, onions, pomegranate seeds, all mingling with that rich, tangy cherry plum sauce. Every ingredient is adding a layer of flavour, creating a mixture that's just bursting with savoury, sweet and nutty notes. This is going to be one unforgettable filling. Time to get this trout loaded with all this goodness. As I start stuffing the fish, I can already taste the flavours coming together. The sweetness from the walnuts, the sharpness of the onions, and that tang from the cherry plum. It's a perfect medley, ready to soak into every bite of the trout as it cooks. I'm bringing over some wood to heat up the tandoor properly. This is the moment where everything's coming together. The warmth, the scent of wood burning, and the anticipation of that slow, intense cook. Alright friends, for these smaller ones, I've got a simple but clever twist. We're going to stick them right to the walls of the tandoor, letting that heat crisp them up beautifully. All we need is a sticky coating made from just flour and water. It's basic, but it'll hold like a charm. Alright, let's brush this flavourful coating over each fish, making sure they're perfectly seasoned for the tandoor. Now it's time to send them in. These smaller fish need to stick to the tandoor walls, which can be a bit tricky, but I'll manage. On the bottom, I place our queen trout, the star of the show, and her small army of trout will encircle her nicely above. It'll make a beautiful arrangement as they cook. Now, while the fish are in the tandoor, let's take a break with a cup of tea. And by the way, how do you like to cook your fish? Do you have any special recipes? Share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Alright, everything's ready. Let's carefully scrape these beauties off the tandoor walls. I've prepared a lovely bed of fresh leaves to serve them on, giving these fish the perfect rustic presentation. And of course, some fresh lemon wedges for a zesty touch. To bring out that citrusy undertone even more, I'll add some pomegranate seeds for a hint of tart sweetness and a splash of colour. Wow, take a look at this trout! As I pulled it from the tandoor, it felt like I was unearthing some ancient, perfectly preserved fish fossil. The trout turned out even better than I imagined. Smoked to perfection, with that gorgeous golden brown crispy skin and tender flaky flesh. And just look at that walnut stuffing inside. The rich, nutty aroma mingles so beautifully with the fish, promising a burst of flavour with every bite. Absolutely incredible. That smoky flavour of the trout blends perfectly with the walnut stuffing's earthy crunch. Every bite has that rich, buttery taste from the walnuts, adding a satisfying depth to the tender fish. It's so balanced, with the tanginess from the lemon and pomegranate enhancing every flavour. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Thank you all for joining me on this culinary journey. This recipe is just one example of the rich, flavorful traditions that Azerbaijani cuisine has to offer. Until next time, I encourage you to keep exploring and experimenting with flavors from all over the world.
Kanalımıza dəstək olmaq istəyirsinizsə, onlayn mağazamızdan xüsusi bıçaq və ya taxta qablarımızı əldə edə bilərsiniz. Mağazanın linki videonun altındakı təsvirdə var. Super!